You're standing on a road built over 2,000 years ago. It stretches farther than your eyes can see, leading into the heart of a civilization that once spanned continents. Picture this: Rome at its peak, governing 70 million people. That's nearly 1 in every 5 people on Earth. You think you know the story, but do you? What if I told you that the very laws of governance you live under today were penned in the shadows of glorious marble palaces, echoing the heartbeat of an empire that has long since crumbled into ruins? Most people think of Rome's story in clear distinctions: rise, peak, decline, and fall. But here lies the unsettling truth. Rome's fall isn't just about the collapse of a city. It's about the unraveling of a complex tapestry of power that could have changed the course of history. The glory in those roads is mixed with the blood of ambition, deceit, and an indomitable spirit of invention. Rome began as a whisper, a humble settlement by the Tiber River in 753 BC, founded by a man named Romulus. His fratricidal act, killing his brother Remus to claim the title of king, set a precedent, a brutal testament to the drive for power that would echo through 1,000 years. What was it that propelled this once small city into an empire housing millions? Consider this. The Romans weren't just builders of roads and grand architecture like the Colosseum. They were architects of civilization itself. Their innovations in governance, law, and military organization turned chaos into control. They constructed an empire that stretched over 5 million square kilometers, more territory than you could imagine, territory crisscrossed by more than 400,000 kilometers of road. This network was not merely for travel. Roads meant trade, quicker military response, and an unbreakable bond between the empire and its farthest reaches. But this expansion came with a price. Internal strife was rising as power became concentrated. The Republic flourished via a balance of power among the Senate and the people. But power corrupts. The shift came swiftly. Things began shifting when Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon, a defiance against the Senate, a declaration of war against Rome's very soul. This betrayal was not just a political maneuver. It was a pivotal moment, plunging Rome into chaos. But wait, there's more. The aftermath? A power vacuum. Out of that chaos rose Augustus, the name that would create an empire, marking the dawn of the Pax Romana, a period of stability that lasted over 200 years, an age where art flourished, where the empire knew peace. You'd think this was its golden age. Everything was in bloom. But the rot was still there, festering beneath the surface. What happens when peace becomes complacency? When control becomes tyranny? As the empire grew, so too did the corruption and greed. Perhaps the strangest part is that the emperors, many of whom were once hailed as saviors, became the embodiment of decadence. They indulged in luxury, while the empire teetered precariously on the edge of ruin. Think about that. The very people who created an unparalleled civilization became its greatest threat. As you visualized lions roaring in the Colosseum, crowds cheering for blood, you must also consider the whispers behind the walls of power. We can't trust the barbarians. And then they found themselves facing them. The same tribes they sought to conquer began encroaching on the borders of a faltering empire. Yet the strangest part, while the West fell, the East flourished. The Western Roman Empire fell in 476 AD. An emperor named Romulus Augustulus deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic king. One might assume that was the end. But the Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, thrived for nearly 1,000 years beyond. The question still lingers: how did the echoes of Rome continue to resonate throughout history? It's the cultural remnants that linger, laws crafted in Latin, architectural marvels that inspired the Renaissance, and ideas of governance that underpin modern democracy. This isn't just history, it's the